has arrived, and this week I'm going to be doing a review for Justin Bieber The Movie 3D Never Say Never. Longest title ever.
Never say never!
In the past I might have been a little bit harsh on Justin Bieber.
But yeah, I just want to see everybody.
Bieber,
I love you guys. But,
die!
ow! That didn't feel good.
You.
I don't know why she just.
But I'm going to do my best to be fair. Never Say Never is named after one of Justin Bieber's songs, and a rather poor song at that. It's shot in the style of a documentary, and it's shot using 3D cameras, so this is a 3D movie. Now the 3D actually isn't bad for the most part. It's quite good in some scenes when he reaches out to people, but at other times it's just not noticeable at all. A large amount of time is given to Justin Bieber's colleagues, comrades, friends, fans, family and other famous people. They sit and gush constantly about how amazing he is, like he's the next coming of Jesus. I don't know Justin Bieber. He could be the nicest guy in the world. He could also be a complete asshat. But I don't know. And neither do the fans. Okay, all we see, all anyone sees, is the public facade of what Justin really is. It's thrown up. No one knows what he's really like unless you're friends or family of him. All we see is the public facade. And I kind of hope this movie, this documentary, would get underneath it. We would finally see maybe some of Justin's real opinions. We would finally find out a little bit more about him other than basically what you can find out in a Wikipedia article. We would finally get to know him. But all this documentary does is throw another fake layer upon the fake layer that we already know. It doesn't help, and it's a little bit unsatisfying, frankly. Why do people get so worked up about Justin Bieber? Why do they hate him so much, and why do others love him so much? I mean, he's clearly average. Look at him. He's no Pavarotti. But equally, he is no Kesha. Bieber receives much more hatred than other artists. Take for example, shit for brains, douche nozzle, cunt face, Chris Brown. He's clearly a bigger asshole than Justin Bieber, but I can assure you, Justin Bieber is the one who gets hundreds upon hundreds of millions of emails calling him an asshole. Why do people hate Bieber so much? The main reason is the fans. These are the sort of people who will key your car for suggesting Justin Bieber is not just as good as Freddie Mercury. They run around like lunatics, giving themselves masturbation-based seizures just at the thought of touching his hair. The Bieber fans make the Twilight fans look sane, and they get very angry at even the slightest sort of disrespect towards their great leader. My main problem with the Beliebers is the way they respond to the question, why do you like/love Justin Bieber? Most of them will answer right away and they will say, I love his hair, he's cute. They will always follow up with, of course, with singing, his songwriting, but the first thing they reach for is his looks. And we're told throughout this movie that we should aspire to be Bieber. We should do what he did and always follow our dream. But looks is not something you can just, well, unless you want to spend thousands of pounds at a plastic surgeon, it's something you're born with. And people won't be able to follow their dream because they're not good looking enough. The fans basically spit in the face of the movie's narrative. For what it's worth, I do think Bieber cares about his fans. You've seen him break his leg in one of his performances, but he kept on singing just to keep them happy. He does actually care about his fans. I'll give him that. The climax of this movie is a gig in Madison Square Gardens, and we're left with the question, will Justin Bieber make it in time? Because he's a throat infection before it and his voice seems kinda messed up. Justin Bieber's throat problems seem to be brought on by overuse, and his mother tells him he's not allowed to shout whenever he's playing around with his mates. Was I the only one who started to question her decision to let him do 90 plus gigs in a small period of time? It really seemed like she should be looking out for her son's health just a little bit more. Should I watch it? No. Whilst Never Say Never does show us some good backstage views of Justin Bieber's entourage and how his concerts are set up, it fails to show us any interesting new sides of Justin Bieber. And as a documentary about Justin Bieber, that's a pretty big failure. This film is constantly trying to persuade us that Justin Bieber is an inspirational figure. And whilst I do find his hard work quite impressive, you also can't get off the fact that he is an average singer. He's decent. I don't have a problem with his voice, but there are much better out there. They are much better on YouTube unsigned than him. And the reason they are unsigned is because they don't look as good as he does. That's the only reason. If you want a more inspirational singer, check out Susan Boyle. Now I know she's overly famous and a lot of people just got annoyed and bored of her because she got in everyone's faces. But her story is genuinely a story that could be made into a documentary. She's a more interesting character and she had more to fight against than Bieber ever did. I'm probably going to do an episode on Susan Boyle sometime in the future.